My name is Grover Wind. I'm the chaplain for Muscogee Nation Health Department. I want to talk a little bit this morning about an organization, a volunteer organization that I've been involved with and proud to say I'm a member of. But I want to talk about the Honor Guard. And the Honor Guard has a very special part in my heart because of two things. One, I'm a veteran, but two, the service I've seen them do. The last year or so, working with COVID patients and with the hospital and funerals, had so many funerals, had a lot of veterans funerals. And during the veterans funerals, the Honor Guard was there to pay respect and honor to our veterans. And I would see them out there in the cold, I would see them in the heat, I would see them in whatever the weather was. They would bear the weather to give their last respects and make sure that the last road, the last trip for our veteran, that he was well respected and knew he was loved. So I couldn't help but just realize that we need to know, and during this time I learned so much that there was a lot of people who weren't aware of our Honor Guard. But I want to take just a few minutes this morning. We have some of the members of the Honor Guard with us. I want to talk to them and kind of get a background and history with them. But we're going to start out with this morning with introducing the commander, Thomas Yahola. And I'm going to ask him to tell a history of the Honor Guard and tell him about himself and how he got started and why the Honor Guard was started.
Well, thank you, Mr. Wood, for this time. My name is Thomas Yahola, and I serve as the commander of the Honor Guard. I served in the US Army November of 1962 until November 1964. I had my basic training at Fort Carson, Colorado, and then following, I was transferred down to Fort Sill. Now I will tell you about the history of the Muscogee Nation Honor Guard. This took place in about early 1990s, and a group of veterans in Wetumpka decided they wanted to have a veterans group. So we met there in Wetumpka, and I was voted to be the commander, and so I volunteered my residence as the initial meeting place. So we met there for 2 or 3 years, and we would come together and have our meetings, and we would participate in the local parades. We would have fundraisers, and we would take up a collection to help with our expenses. And after about a couple of years, then our membership, grew. And as our membership grew, then we discussed about possibly having an Honor Guard to be of service to those veterans that have passed. And we discussed that, and what we did is that we did not have any direction. So we reached out to the Seminole Nation Color Guard and asked them if they would give us some direction and on the procedures on how to do a funeral for a veteran with the rifle team and the bugle and folding the flag. And so for the first 2 funerals, they performed the funeral itself as we observed. And about the 3rd meeting, then we kind of interacted, with them. And about the 3rd or 4th funeral that we had, we felt like that we were able enough to perform it ourselves. But we did not have any rifles, we did not have any ammunition. And so when we had a funeral, I would have to go to one of their veterans' homes and borrow their rifle and borrow some ammunition so that we could perform, the ceremony that we needed to do. And so that lasted for a little while. And then in 1995, we felt like that we could provide the honors to those deceased veterans. But we reached out to the National Council. And I was on the National Council, and I authored a bill for that. And so it went through the committee process, the National Council process, and voted in by the National Council and signed by the principal chief. And the purpose of it was to be the Honor Guard representing the Muscogee Nation at these, funerals. So they appropriated some funds, for uniforms and for flags and ammunition and uniforms. And so with that, we went forward, with that. Initially, we had to drive our own vehicles to the funerals, and later on, we bought us a second-hand van, for us to, get to these places. And so, we carried on. And later, after we did the military rites, then we were called on by the nation to represent them at the Intertribal Council meetings and other activities that they had. So with that, we continued to grow. And so we've now expanded not only funerals, but not local seminars, but even to Washington, D.C. when the nation had the Muscogee Yahola. They asked us to go post the colors and retire them at the end of each session. And so that's how we've grown. Now we've had a larger membership, and this membership is consisted of veterans that have the compassion, to do this. Over time, we realized that we needed to pay homage to the Seminole Nation Color Guard. About 3 or 4 years ago, we had a discussion and decided that we would call the Seminole commander and told him what our intentions were, if that was satisfactory, and he would in turn talk to his unit, and they said it was something they would like to see. And so as a result, we set a time, and we went to the Seminole Nation Complex. At that time, they were having a general council meeting, and their honor guard was there, and we presented the history to the general council and to the chief and those that were there. Told them how we started, and our purpose here was to pay homage to the Seminole Nation Color Guard. And we presented them with a blanket and a plaque and commemorative coins that we had to all of the honor guard and their principal chief. And the general council was present also. So we felt like that we did give them recognition that they deserved, for us to come to a unit, like we are today.
Good. Our next one would be Butch, another one of our veterans. And Butch, I'd like for you to introduce yourself and give us your branch you're in, when you were in, and all that, and just tell us about your veteran service. And also, I would like for you to tell us why you are a part of the Honor Guard.
I'm Donald Butch McIntosh. I served in the United States Air Force from August '61 to November 1994. Traveled all over the world, seen a lot of things, but military has been part of my life. Everything that I do has been affected by the time I served in the military. When I got out, I was kind of lost, and I heard about the Muscogee Nation Honor Guard, and I joined them, and boys, it has brought back a lot of things that I had missed, and it's just an honor for me to be part of this organization. Thank you.
Thank you. Curtis, would you also introduce yourself and tell us what branch you're in, when you were in, anything that you would like to note to the service? But my question to you this morning is, on the Honor Guard, what services do they honor, and which one of them is special to you?
Thank you. My name is Curtis Smith. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps. I enlisted in November '75, and then I got out in September '79. I was first with, I was stationed at Camp Melton with the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, I think it's 1st Marine Division. Then when I was sent overseas on Okinawa, I was with 1-9, and I stayed over there a year, and when I come back, I got out in September '79. And so I joined the Honor Guard, kind of didn't know nothing about it in the beginning, and so I went to the meetings and some of the things that I seen, it was how you would say, it was something that I would like to do. And for me, it's something that what they offer is like to be with the other group of veterans when we do a military funeral for veterans, when we we do everything. We do the folding of the flag, the playing of the tabs, 21 gun salute, and it's very meaningful. You know, you see the family there, and you know they lost a loved one, a veteran especially. You know, and the special part about me during the service is when we hold the flag over the casket. We hold the flag over the casket, and then the sounding of the taps. It really means a lot, because you know this means a lot to the family when they see that their veteran is getting honor with the way we do things for them. And so, but the special that I like being is when we're holding the flag over the casket and playing other taps. Then after that, you know, then we continue on. So, like I said, I've been with the Honor Guard like for 12 years, and so I meet a lot of good friends, and some of the guys that was in it when I joined, we performed some of their services for them. Yeah. So that's about it.
Thank you. Commander, also, you know, with the history of it, you're so familiar with the Honor Guard, but I'd like for you to go another step, if you would, with me. And I'd like for you to, I want to know, what can you say about the Honor Guard, and what would you say to recruit others and even younger members to the Honor Guard?
Well, what I would say to a younger, veteran, I would say you've probably heard about the Honor Guard, but you really need to see how they perform and what they do. And I would firstly say that when we have a funeral, I would ask you to come and observe to see what the Honor Guard, does. When they come in with the hearse, we come to attention, we salute, and then until the casket is put up on the site there. And as the Honor Guard go through its routine, and with the firing of the rifles and the playing of the taps and the presentation of the flag to that individual, that should give you a sense of something that I want to be part of that. I want to do something. If you feel that bit of compassion, for that, and for the veteran and his family or their family, that should really touch you. If that touches you, then you should have that feeling that I want to do this. And how do I get to join? And at that point, I tell them, well, come to our meetings when we have them, the second Saturday of the month in Muscogee, and you see how we conduct our business. And we have an agenda that we go through, and you'll see how informal that is, but it is about our reports, financial, but also a report on our past activities and activities that are coming up. So with that, you really need to come to see one of the funerals in order to see what we do. And I think at that point, you can make a decision. Thank you.
Bob, also, if you would you tell your history of what branch you were in and when you were in, and tell us a little bit about yourself. But I'd like for you to also tell me this morning, what part of serving in an Honor Guard is so special to you?
Thank you. My name is Bobby Kilcrease. I served in the US Army from 1969 to 1972. And the part about what's special to me in this Honor Guard is our ancestors honored the warrior because they were protectors of the tribe. And I feel that I'm carrying on that tradition by doing it in today's time. So it's a great honor for me just to do something that my ancestors did and everything. Thank you.
Charles, this morning, again, thank you for being here, but I'd like for you to introduce yourself and tell what branch you're in and when you were in, and talk as far as the Honor Guard is concerned. Would you tell me, what do you want the veterans' families to take away from the ceremony the honor guard ceremony that would help them in their time of grief?
Mado Grover, I want to answer that question first before I talk about myself, because the families are so important that I'm just a figure to give them closure. I would like the families, and I think most of them do, appreciate what we do and the time that we spend, and for the families to for us to let the families know that we honor their veteran and a tribal member. Sometimes we go outside of the tribe to do another funeral from a different tribe, and they appreciate it also. But so far as our Muscogee citizens, we want them to feel that loved ones are loved and we care about what they did and their service. Myself, I was drafted in the United States Marine Corps in 1965. I went to Vietnam in June of 1966. I did one full tour and a part of another. Also, my brother is in the Marine Corps, and he was in Vietnam in 68 and 69. I left the Marine Corps and I was out for a while, and I couldn't afford a job. I couldn't get a job to support my family. So I went back in the Army, and I was there until I retired in 1995 out of the United States Army, and I retired as a first sergeant E8. And right at the time, I'm still serving. I feel like I'm still serving because I'm here in the Honor Guard. The military has been part of my life, biggest part of my adult life. And I appreciate all of these guys, and all of them will tell you the same thing. We are as one. Bro.
Loy, as Vice Commander, and Loy, I'd like for you to tell us about your military history, what branch you're in, and tell us your role and your time with the Honor Guard. Tell us your story, but I also would like you as Vice Commander, can you give us information and as far as the Honor Guard meeting times and places, and for those that might be interested, and even maybe contact numbers, if you would.
Good morning. My name is Lloyd Thomas. I served in the United States Navy from 1965-69. I was aboard the carrier USS Bennington during the Vietnam War. Like I said, I got out in 1969, and then I lived in Texas most of my life till I came back to Oklahoma. And I used to attend the meetings for the council meetings, and this one particular meeting they were at, that's when they passed the legislation for the Honor Guard. I was curious as to what this was, and then when I found out after talking with the commander, Thomas Yahola, I decided I wanted to join and be a part of that because I wanted to do what these gentlemen were doing, and I enjoy it. It takes a dedicated individual, really, to be able to do this, and because we're out there in all types of weather. It doesn't make any difference. It really doesn't, because we're there for our brother, and we've been there during the snow, the heat, the rain. But we have our uniforms. We have our uniforms and protection gear for situations like that. So. But and I'm honored, to be part of this group. I really enjoy it, and like I said, we pay homage to our brothers who have passed on at the funerals, and we do other things too. But mainly it's the funerals, because we our brothers are passed on, and we just want to, give them the best homage we can to them, and provide their families with that, knowing that we're dedicating our lives for these people, and actually we need more volunteers. This is a volunteer group, and you have to be, like I said, you got to be dedicated, because we do a lot of in different types of weather, And we need, right now, we need a younger group of men right now. And it would really help, you know, if we could get those people, get the younger men to join us. And we, like the commander was saying, we meet second Saturday every month here in Muscogee at the PRC here in Muscogee. And for the contact information, we do have some brochures out, and you can probably pick them up at the Creek Nation Tribal Complex, or there are other places where it can be done. But the commander's number, I believe it's okay to say that, it's 918-758-7001. And if you can't reach him, my number is 918-346-2628. And we'll be glad to. You just call up. We'll respond. You know, and answer any questions or answer any requests that you have for us at that time. So, but anyway, that you know, like I said, I enjoy with this. I enjoy this group, and because this is a great brotherhood, really, of veterans. You know, so.
It's been an honor to be here with these gentlemen today. Again, my brothers. And as I said, over the last year, I've seen them in action. I've seen them sweat. I've seen them in freezing cold, and I've seen all that they've done. And I take my hat off, my salute each and every one of them, not only for that, but for paying last respects for our veterans as we take them, as they make that final trip home, and also for all of the memories that the families have. I was talking here the other day to a funeral director, and he was telling me a story about how there was a situation come up where a family had a veteran, and one daughter wanted the particular branch to be there. The other daughter wanted the honor guard, and he intervened for the honor guard. He told the family, he said, "Let me tell you, the ceremony they have from the service is a good one. There's only 2 there." But he said, when Muscogee Nation Honor Guard comes and gives and does the respect and does the ceremony, he said it is so beautiful, but he said it is so respectful. And he said, I have more families who talk about the final last mile that they are able to go with their family member. But again, I salute you and thank you for all you've done, and I thank you for all you're going to do.